Hey everyone, ScytherGreen here from Server 73. Today we're looking at a skill that locks things down before the fight even gets going. If you're trying to stop enemies from casting, moving, or doing much of anything, well, with this one, there's no escape. Let's break down what makes it tick. No Escape is an epic triggered skill designed to control the flow of battle. It silences the entire enemy team right as the fight begins. Then, every 6 seconds it has a 50% chance to deal physical damage to all enemies and stun 2 of them for 3 seconds. It's exclusive to defense and support immortals, units built to disrupt, protect, or assist. Damage dealers can't equip it. No Escape isn't about flashy plays, it's about keeping the enemy locked down and out of options.
So, how do you actually get the skill? You need 60 ability stones in total, and there are 3 main ways to get them. Fastest method: recharge packs. Each pack costs $20 USD and gives you 5 ability stones.
On your 5th recharge, you get a bonus 25, bringing you to 50 stones for $100. However, make sure you buy 5 consecutively so you don't miss out on the bonus. And then you'll still need 2 more packs to hit 60, so that's another $40, making the total cost $140 USD. You can then sell these ability stones for cinders from your inventory. Again, this is the fastest and most direct method, ideal for mid-spenders who want the skill unlocked quickly. The second option is where you exchange KVK skills. This is an option that free-to-play players should consider. During Legion of Frostborn, players can purchase KVK exclusive skills using cold silver. You can then sell these KVK ability stones for cinders, which can then be used to buy ability stones in the wish shop. But be careful, once a KVK skill is sold, it's gone permanently and won't be available again for free. Though if you change your mind later, a battle pass is available that lets you buy back certain KVK skills. However, that does require payment. And finally, the long game Triss. This method is for those who are making frequent wishes in the Wisdom Well. Using divine coins, you earn 1 cinder per wish from Triss. No Escape is in the wish shop for 17 cinders per stone, which means you'll need 1,020 cinders to unlock it. It's the slowest method, but technically possible if you're patient. Once you've unlocked the skill, it's time to feed it soul crystals in the Tower of Knowledge. A lot of them. Here's the breakdown. Level 2 costs 1,200. Level 3 jumps to 2,400. Level 4 doubles to 4,800. Level 5 hits 9,000. Level 6 takes 18,000. Level 7 spikes to 36,000. And finally, Level 8 demands a massive 72,000. Altogether, you're looking at 143,400 soul crystals to max it out. Hope you've been saving. So what does No Escape actually do in battle? At the very start of combat, there's a 90% chance to silence the entire enemy team for 6 seconds. While silence, enemies can't use active or passive skills, just basic attacks. After that silence ends, the skill enters a loop. Every 6 seconds there's a 50% chance to activate again. When it does, it deals physical damage at a 150% damage rate to all enemy units, and stuns 2 random targets for 3 seconds. This repeats throughout the battle, so the longer the fight goes, the more chances it has to trigger. Alright, let me show you an actual report where No Escape was used by both teams. This is a great example of how the same skill can perform completely differently depending on the team it's on. And before we get into the numbers, just a quick reminder. PvP is always situational. A skill might carry one fight and do almost nothing in the next. It all depends on the matchup, team comp, timing, and a bit of RNG. So this isn't a one-size-fits-all result, but it does show what No Escape is capable of when it's in the right environment. Let's take a look. My team is made up of Matilda, Bjorn, Baldwin, and Hannibal. It's built to apply pressure early and maintain tempo. Matilda has her ultimate skill, Elegant and Magnificent, as well as Heart of Arcana, keeping our energy regen high and ultimate cycles tight. Bjorn set the tone with his ultimate skill, Wither Realm, which boosted our lifesteal and ramped up the damage enemies took. Baldwin used Corrosive Power to boost his skill damage and shorten energy recovery time, helping him cycle abilities more quickly. And Hannibal used Time to Shine to boost his damage output while holding the front line. The enemy team is running Fufei, Poseidon, Athena, and Theodora. It was built for sustain but lacked offensive pacing. Fufei had her ultimate skill, Elegant Dance, along with Fighting Master, giving her strong resistance to control. Poseidon has his ultimate, giant wave alongside unyielding, but with no real burst follow-up or pressure, his bite debuff didn't lead to much. Athena brought her ultimate, Holy and Grace, plus Guard, offering periodic shields and healing boosts, but her support overlapped heavily with Theodora, who also had Assist, Life Protection, and Divine Gift. This layered healing and shields but added no real threat. They had survivability, but no tempo, no burst, and no skills to push No Escape forward. In comparison, we had the tools to pressure. And when you're playing a control opener like No Escape, you need more than just sustain. You need a way to capitalize on the lockdown. Now for the numbers. Matilda's No Escape triggered 3 times. It landed all 3 silences, 18 seconds of full team lockdown, and stunned for another 7 seconds. Every single hit connected, clean and effective. Fu Fei's No Escape also triggered 3 times, and hit every target, but it landed no silences. The stuns added up to 9 seconds. Better than nothing, but wasn't enough to shift momentum. So, what does the report tell us? Same skill, same number of activations, but the outcome came down to team synergy. One side supported No Escape with pacing and pressure, the other didn't. And when you're running a control skill like this, the difference shows fast. So now that we've seen what No Escape can do, let's look at how you stop it. One skill in particular shuts it down completely, right when it matters most. Fountain of Life gives your whole team silence immunity for the first 6 seconds of the battle. That's exactly when No Escape tries to silence everyone, right at the start. So if you have Fountain of Life active, No Escape silence will do nothing. It still triggers, it still hits, but the silence is blocked. If you've got Fountain of Life equipped, your team can keep using their skills and gaining energy right from the start, instead of being shut down during those crucial opening seconds. Later in the fight, No Escape might still land stuns, because Fountain doesn't block those, but by then, you've already had a clean opening, and that can swing the whole battle in your favor. One important thing to note, Fountain of Life is a legendary skill, which means it's locked behind a high paywall. Free-to-play players won't be able to access it through regular means, so while it's a hard counter to No Escape, it's not an easy or cheap one to get. We've learned how to get it, how it works, and where it falls short. So, is No Escape actually worth it? In my opinion, yes. No Escape is game changer in most setups against most opponents. Its only real limitation is that it's restricted to support or defense immortals, but honestly, any competitive lineup should already be running at least one of those anyway. On paper, it looks incredible, and in practice, it often delivers. But like most skills, it all comes down to how you build around it and who you're up against. If you run into a hybrid setup or someone packing Fountain of Life, it can fall flat. But in the majority of matchups, it pulls its weight and then some. I'm placing it in A tier. Strong, reliable, and effective against most teams, with just enough limitations to keep it out of S. But that's just my take. Let me know how you've used No Escape, or if you've got a sleeper skill you think deserves the spotlight. Don't forget to like and share if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you in Norheim.